Back to the golden days, the Detroit Lions are building an offensive line that impresses season after season. With heavy investments in first-round picks like Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow, and Penei Sewell, and strategic contract extensions, this line is currently one of the NFL's most dominant. Around these pillars, the team has found the right pieces at the guard positions. Graham Glasgow, a veteran who returned in 2023, and Kevin Zeitler, hired at a bargain price in 2024, both of whom have shown great consistency. However, with short-term contracts and the advancing age of these players, a renewal is already anticipated for 2025. Recently, Bleacher Report suggested Trey Smith of the Chiefs as a possible replacement for Zeitler. Smith is highly valued as one of the league's most talented interior guards, with Pro Football Focus ranking him among the best. He also brings impressive durability, missing only one game in 4 seasons. Smith will enter the market with the potential to become the NFL's highest-paid guard, and with the Lions projected to have about $65 million in salary cap space for 2025, this opportunity is on the radar. The Lions have been calculated and careful with external additions, always balancing cultural fit and talent. The possibility of bringing in Smith certainly brings optimism, but it will depend on how contract extensions and cap space are managed. Even if the odds are low, the arrival of a talent like Smith could be the definitive move to keep this offensive line among the league's strongest. With Smith on the radar, the Lions' offensive line future gains an even more promising outlook. Adding an elite player like him would fortify the trenches and ensure long-term protection for the quarterback, as well as enhance the ground game, which already greatly benefits from the presence of Decker, Ragnow, and Sewell. The Lions' strategic approach to the salary cap also reflects the mindset of a team that thinks about long-term success. With the careful planning of Brad Holmes and the leadership of Dan Campbell, the Lions have prioritized solid roster adjustments, looking for talents that fit the team's culture. If the opportunity to bring in Smith materializes, he would not only be a technical addition but a pillar capable of inspiring the offensive line to maintain its top-tier status. For fans, this vision is exciting. Watching the Lions continue to invest in the offensive line not only keeps the team competitive, but reinforces the identity of a team that refuses to back down. The future is promising, and with cap space and a young core solidifying, the possibility of adding a talent like Smith further fuels the expectation that the Lions are ready to compete at the highest level, today and in the coming years. With the potential for a new long-term contract for a player of Smith's caliber, the Lions' offensive line would be even more prepared to face the challenges of the NFL, solidifying itself as Detroit's fortress and bringing the team closer to its playoff ambitions and possibly a Super Bowl. Achieving this vision would place the Lions in a unique position in the NFL. Having a robust and strategically built offensive line gives the team not only a physical advantage, but also a solid identity, something many franchises seek for years without finding. For the offense, this line represents stability and consistency, offering more time for the quarterback to execute plays and opening up space for the ground game, something any running back would love to exploit. Moreover, the psychological impact of a dominant offensive line cannot be underestimated. When a team knows it can trust its blockers, that translates into confidence and aggressiveness on plays. The aerial game gains depth, and the runs become more effective, forcing opposing defenses to play on the back foot. For the Lions, this means paving the way for an offense that is not only dangerous but also versatile and unpredictable. Behind these moves, Lions fans are more optimistic than ever. The current administration has shown a clear commitment to the future, making strategic choices that not only boost the team today, but build a solid foundation for the coming seasons. With a young roster, an elite offensive line, and the possibility of adding talents like Trey Smith, the sky seems to be the limit for Detroit. With all of this, the Lions are sending a clear message to the NFL. Detroit is no longer the underdog, and the work being done on the field and behind the scenes could take the team back to the top. Fans can prepare to follow a team that not only aims for the playoffs but now has the mentality, structure, and roster needed to become a true powerhouse in the league. As a Lions fan, it's impossible not to feel the excitement about what's happening in Detroit. For the first time in a long time, we have management committed to a clear vision and an offensive line that is not only dominant but defines the Lions' style of play. The presence of pillars like Decker, Ragnow, and Sewell makes the team solid in the trenches, bringing a confidence that spills over to the rest of the roster. Looking toward 2025 and the possibility of bringing in a player like Trey Smith, the idea is simply thrilling. Smith is a rare talent, someone who can further elevate the level of this offensive line and ensure solid protection for our quarterback, along with room for the running game to shine. With him, The line could not only remain the best in the league, but truly be one of the differentiators that would take the team far in the playoffs. Seeing this kind of planning is exciting. It's proof that the Lions are finally moving away from a constant rebuilding phase to a more aggressive stance, aiming for wins and why not a Super Bowl. I feel we're approaching something special. If we can keep this line together and add strategic pieces like Smith, I see the Lions not only competing, but becoming a force to be respected in the NFL. It feels like, after so long, there's a real reason to believe that this is the start of a successful era for Detroit.